Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to give you a very thorough overview of the article here. There is a link in the description. I do need to let you know that it is an absolute tragedy. We're going to dive right into it. It's in regards to the 44-year-old lady that you see in front of you. Her name is Quiana Mann. She's from Wisconsin. Tragically, she has been killed. She was shot in the face whilst at home by her own 10-year-old boy. That 10-year-old boy has been arrested. He is to be charged as an adult in regards to murdering his own mum. The charge is first-degree reckless homicide, and he's been held. We don't know where he's been held. We don't know if that's a jail where adults are. I guess not. I don't know if he's been held in a juvenile detention center. But he is to be charged as an adult with the first-degree reckless homicide of his own mother, Quiana Mann, who was shot in the face and died November the 21st. This 10-year-old boy that we don't know the name of, obviously that's being withheld for privacy security reasons. But that 10-year-old boy who shot his own mother in the face is being held on a $50,000 bond. This boy is known to have rage issues. When he was 4, he swung his dog around by the tail. Let me read that. He swung the tongue. The 4-year-old boy swung their puppy until it howled in agony. He was 4 years old. The family knew that he had rage issues for some time. 6 months prior to this fatal shooting, the boy allegedly filled a balloon with flammable liquid and set the balloon on fire in the home. He set the fire on home 6 months ago, 6 months prior to shooting his mother in the face. That caused extensive damage. The boy has told his mother that he hears 5 imaginary people talking to him. 2 sisters, an older woman, a man, and a second man who he said is mean. This is an extremely psychologically troubled boy. Hopefully this isn't disrespectful. Of course, I don't wish it to be disrespectful to the victim. But this boy is a case study. This boy is incredibly unusual. Rage issues, attacking his puppy, the family's puppy. Almost burning their home down. He filled a balloon with flammable liquid and set it on fire. Wow. He set it on fire. Flammable liquid. A 10-year-old boy. Okay, so you can write this off. Oh, he was only playing. Oh, he didn't know what he was doing. You know what? I think he knew what he was doing. I think he knew what he was doing, and what he was trying to do was to burn the whole home down and perhaps kill everyone in it. That's what I'm thinking. He hears 5 imaginary people, so I'm not in a position to diagnose anybody. But that sounds like mental issues to me. I mean, specifically schizophrenia. So why would a 10-year-old boy want to shoot their own mother in the face? Well, the answer is because the 10-year-old boy wanted an Oculus virtual reality headset. So a VR headset, virtual reality, a toy, a game system. They're quite expensive. I don't know how expensive this one is, $200-$300, something like that. I could look it up, but I haven't. He wanted that item. He wanted an Oculus virtual reality headset. He wanted to play video games. The mother refused to buy it for him. So he was angry about that. What did he do? He went to bed and had little machinations, didn't he? He planned this. Am I talking nonsense? No, I'm not talking nonsense. We know that I'm not talking nonsense because the night before the shooting, November the 21st, the night before, he got the keys to his mother's gun lockbox. Yeah? He got the keys. He planned this. He got angry. He knew his mum had a gun. He knew that the gun is in a lockbox. He knew that the gun lockbox was locked with a key. The sneaky little 10-year-old, urged on by one of the 5 voices he hears in his head, perhaps, somehow got a hold of that key. So presumably, the article doesn't spell this part out, but presumably he unlocked that gun lockbox with the key that he took the night before, and he took out the gun. Presumably, that's what happened. Speculation on my part in regards to the last details. Cops initially believed that the boy accidentally shot his mum, that he was playing with a gun and that the gun went off. And then they learned that he actually got the keys to the gun lockbox the night before, which, you know, I'm not trying to be Sherlock Holmes or anything, but to me, that kind of indicates that this was planned. And what does planned mean? Well, if it involves the killing of somebody, it means murder. It means homicide. Again, he's being charged as an adult. A 10-year-old boy charged as an adult. And he's been charged with first-degree reckless homicide. I mean, normally I would be shocked at a 10-year-old being charged as an adult. Like, I appreciate minors being charged as an adult when they commit heinous crimes. I appreciate that. I value that. But, you know, there's got to be a cutoff age. And I would have thought like 12 or so. I mean, 10's very, very young, isn't it? To be tried as an adult. But seemingly this little psycho planned this. Apparently, the boy told investigators that he meant to shoot at the wall to scare his mother. But he didn't. He shot his mother in the face. After which, he told his 26-year-old sister what had happened. The 26-year-old sister came, found the body, and called 911. Now, the article tells us that the following morning, the boy went on Amazon. So this is the day after he shot and killed his mother. He goes on the internet. He goes on Amazon. Guess what he does? He buys the Oculus virtual reality headset that his mother refused to buy him. Fuck me. Also on that day, he attacked his 7-year-old cousin. Now, we don't know the details of that attack. Perhaps it was a minor attack. Perhaps it wasn't. This is a psycho that the day before shot his own mother in the face. Perhaps it was quite a serious attack. My guess is it was quite a serious attack. At which point, after attacking his 7-year-old cousin, his aunt took him to his grandmother's house, and child welfare workers were at his grandmother's house. So presumably, I'm guessing, that was arranged. He was led to the child welfare workers, and I'm guessing, speculation on my part, that the child welfare workers would have spoken with him alongside the police investigators, perhaps. And, perhaps they took custody of him at that point, but perhaps not. He's been held on a $50,000 bail. Apparently, whilst he was at the grandmother's house, the 10-year-old boy said, "I'm really sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for killing my mom." Okay. A sign of sweetness, a moment of sweetness, a moment of remorse, perhaps, from this 10-year-old boy who the day before shot his own mother in the face, killed his own mother at their family home that he previously tried to burn down. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for killing my mom. Then, guess what he said? He asked if his Oculus virtual reality headset that he ordered from Amazon, if it had arrived yet. Fucking hell. This is a very, very sick child. So as I say, the article tells us that the family have been concerned about the 10-year-old boy's rage issues for some time. When he was 4 years of age, he swung their puppy until it howled in agony. The mother got rid of the dog. Not sure what got rid of means, but got rid of the dog as she feared for the dog's safety. And then also the article tells us that 6 months before the shooting, November the 21st, the boy allegedly filled a balloon with flammable liquid and set the balloon on fire in the home, causing extensive damage. Absolutely terrible. So, again, the article tells us that the boy has told his mother that he hears 5 imaginary people talking to him. So, to me, this boy is a psychological case study. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube. There's one of a young girl. I think it's in black and white, or maybe it's not black and white, but it's quite an old. It's from old footage, maybe from the 80s even, or 70s even. And it's a girl. I think she's around 8 years of age, and I can't remember the full details, but she talks about how she tried to kill her younger brother multiple times. She had to be locked in her room at night because if she weren't, she would go into her brother's room and attack him severely. She also took knives from the kitchen in a plan to murder her adoptive parents, who are pastors, a pastor and a pastor's wife. So she had attempted to kill her own brother multiple times, and she had planned and taken some steps in murdering her adoptive parents. Very, very odd. It's very interesting video on YouTube. I don't know if it's a famous video, but it pops up on my feed quite often, and it's very interesting. And to me, this case here of this 10-year-old boy, again, we don't know his name for his sake, seems to be similar in regards to apologies for my words, but he's a psychological case study. He's a victim of mental health issues, clearly. And with the case study that I just mentioned a moment ago about the 8-year-old girl, there were reasons why she was in the mental state that she was. She was horrendously abused by her biological father. Horrendously abused. So, I'm wondering to myself if there's anything that has caused this boy to develop these psychological issues. I'm wondering if this boy has suffered horrendous treatment himself. Again, I don't wish to besmirch the victim, the mother, in any way, shape or form. I'm not suggesting that the mother has been in any way involved in abuse of the boy. I do question, though, whether or not the boy has suffered some abuse, and if so, to what extent. If the boy's psychology, whatever the right word is, I'm not a smart guy, If whatever the boy's psychological issues are, did they develop naturally? Or were they instigated by abuse? And if so, what abuse? I mean, to me, my feeling is that if these issues have been developed, being caused, instigated via abuse, I would presume, as a layman, could be completely incorrect, of course, but my guess would be that it would have had to be extremely horrific abuse to gestate such horrific behavior from this boy. I would presume that if it is due to abuse, that abuse would have been severe. That would be my guess. What do I know? Nothing at all. But I'm shocked by the incident that, the couple of incidents. I mean, he attacked his dog when he was 4. I mean, we're just told about one incident, but we can imagine that there were more than one incident that happened. But he attacked his dog to the extent that the mother was scared of the dog's welfare moving forward. And so that's not a good sign. And most concerningly for me is he filled a balloon up with flammable liquid and set it on fire in his home. I just get the sense that he did that with full knowledge. He did that purposefully. I think we can look at that incident in hindsight. After he shot his mother in the face, he's shown that he's fully capable of these psychopathic behaviors, in my mind. Then you can look at that situation. That's what he tried to do then. He tried to burn the house down, and presumably or possibly with the intent to kill everybody within it. So this is terrible. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point, guys. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe. Of course, full condolences to the victim's family, to the boy's grandmother, to the boy's father. I'm not sure if he's in the picture or not, but full condolences to the family. Going to wrap things up. Take care.